So today we are traveling from Rome to Treviso, and we were kind of stressed about it because we had seen that there was a massive train strike today, and we've been asking all of the locals, not all of them, just some that we had tours with, and we just asked, what does that mean? Will our train go ahead? Basically, it meant that if the driver wanted to show up on the day, he will, and it will go ahead. If he doesn't turn up for work, then your train is cancelled. So it was truly up in the air of when you get there. So if you're ever in this situation, I recommend just going to the train station, seeing what happens, and go from there. We were super lucky that our fast train was going ahead from Rome to Venice, so that one was swift because that was our longest one, and if that had not gone to plan, I honestly don't know what we would have done. When we got to Venice though, our train from Venice to Treviso was cancelled, and this was like probably around, I don't know, I want to say like $6 for the train. So it was kind of like, well, it's not the biggest loss, and we just need to figure out a way to get to Treviso. So it was actually a half an hour drive, and I just said to my mum, because we were traveling with my family, we said, all right, that's it. Like, let's just get a taxi. The cost is what the cost is, and let's just go. So we used the taxi app, got a taxi, found out what the costs were sort of upfront, and I think it was around like 60 to 70 euro. And at that point, I was like, let's just get to Treviso, so we're here. So we got our taxi and we got to Treviso. So that was sort of our travel story, and we were actually super lucky because I know a lot of people that get super stuck in train strikes. So we were super, super lucky. Day we headed out to Venice. We caught a train from Treviso to Venice, and I just found Venice a little bit busy. Looking back at this footage, I'm like, wow, it is actually stunning from the little grabs that I got. But when I was there, I felt very overwhelmed just by the amount of people that were there, understandably. We had an awesome time looking around. We checked out the Rialto Bridge, which had stunning views. It was just so interesting to see how the city sort of operates with it all being on water. We then booked a Airbnb experience of like a tasting tour around Venice, and this was the highlight of our day. We had an awesome guide that was local who took us around to all of his favorites, restaurants, cafes, and showed us around. We tried all these different Venetian foods, which was really cool to experience, including cicchetti, which I loved, and it was probably my favorite of the day. We then got on a gondola, but this was the gondola that was actually only €2, and it took us us from one side of the street to the other side of the street. The other gondolas, which they do go for half an hour to 45 minutes, were around that €110 mark. So we just wanted the experience. We jumped on, we jumped off, and yeah, like I said, €2, which was incredible. We headed out to St. Mark's Square, and then like the closer we got to the cathedral, obviously the busier and busier that it got. So we left in the late afternoon and headed back to Treviso. Doing some laundry. It's already that time. It's, I don't know what the date is. 7th?